America's greatest generation, those that defeated fascism and imperialism in the 1940s. Sadly, we're losing more of them daily. The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs wants us to remember them, presenting 5 men with special medals for their service.
One of them, our own Richard Pete Petrashek, a longtime member of the First Alert 6 family. Producer Roger Hamer shares Pete's wartime story.
I remember people being very patriotic and buying war bonds.
Sergeant Richard Pete Petrashek of the small town of Table Rock, Nebraska, drafted in the fall of 1943. He wanted to join the Army Air Corps due to his love of flying.
I wanted to be a pilot, but my eyes weren't good enough, I guess.
Petrashek was sworn into the Army on December 7, 1943. Assigned to ground crew of the 330th Bomb Group, which ended up flying B-29s, Petrashek shipped out to Guam, where he helped build airstrips, load bombs, and other support duties. Even though the island was declared secure, he could still hear gunfire and grenade explosions. He saw dead Japanese soldiers in trees.
A bunch of Marines were chasing some Japanese just ahead of where we where we were on the island.
While driving down a road, Petrashek and another soldier were waved down by 3 people. They stopped thinking the 3 were locals. That wasn't the case.
The 3 people we saw were, one was a Japanese general, one was his girlfriend, and the other one was a young man that went along to do errands for the general. I was surprised to be so close to the front line and things that were going on in front of me.
B-29 ground crews were soon going to infantry training, possibly for the invasion of Japan, but the training was called off when the atomic bomb was dropped on August 20th, 1945, Pete's 20th birthday. After the war, Pete Petrashek joined WOW Radio, quickly moving to the television side, and helped put us on the air 75 years ago. Pete spent 40 years as a photographer and reporter with the station. He also performed magic as Peter the Near Great. Petrashek and 4 other World War II veterans were honored for their service by Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen with a special medal. Petrashek says these men and thousands of others simply did what needed to be done.
Everybody did their job. There was nobody that didn't do their job.
Thanks for your service, Pete. In Bellevue, I'm Roger Hamer, First Alert 6.
Yes, thanks, Pete. I worked with Pete, and a wonderful guy. I've learned more information about him tonight. State Department of Veterans Affairs wants to know of other World War II veterans in Nebraska who should be honored. And if you know of someone, you're asked to contact Veterans Affairs.